for this assignment, I chose the topic of bodybuilding, and the reason I chose this is because it's something that I kind of want to spread my knowledge about. There's three things I kind of want to go over. The first is nutrition and like the anabolic side of it and what bodybuilders actually put their bodies through. Next is recovery and what actually helps your body recover if you're looking into going into bodybuilding yourself. And after that, I kind of want to talk about kind of bodybuilder stories and what kind of mentality they had to have going through like hardships. So I have some photos of some bodybuilders. I made this PowerPoint and I'll pull up those pictures now. So the photo on the top left is Ronnie Coleman, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. Bottom is Jay Cutler, and the right is Phil Heath. All these guys have won multiple titles, multiple Mr. Olympias. These photos are obviously like the top tier physiques. I kind of want to go over next what the mentality of like guys who like train like that and just what working out does for you in general. So my first point is bodybuilding actually helps you improve your REM sleep. REM sleep is very important for the body. It's your body's recovery time, which I'll talk about later. The next thing it does is release endorphins and pretty much makes you feel happy. There's also a story I wanted to share about a bodybuilder. His name is Kai Green, and he went through many hardships. He actually was one of the top bodybuilders. He placed second in the biggest bodybuilding show. He had a rough childhood. He was in between foster homes, and when he grew older, he didn't have enough for like the basic necessities of bodybuilding, like food. Food's a very important thing, and he didn't even have like the finances for that. And so what he'd do is he'd go to these restaurants where they'd throw away food, and then he would go dig through that, find what food was good, and then eat that. I brought up in my next PowerPoint slide, I have a picture of him, and this is what you're gonna look at next. Kind of like what I mentioned with Kai Green about him eating food and finding the means for food. Next is nutrition, which is a very important aspect because nutrition is what helps your body function. It helps your body grow. A lot of people look at nutrition like they say, "Oh, how do you lose that much weight? How do I get to this muscle mass?" And they often don't think about what they're putting in their bodies. So some of the things you want to focus on putting in your body is less processed food, because processed food can like stick in our system, and it takes longer for our body to digest it. When if you're just eating like natural things, beef, rice, and other meats like that, your body can digest it pretty fast. So with like losing weight, when bodybuilders are on a cut, they shoot for less carbs and more like lean meats like fish. So when someone's losing weight, they need to reduce their carbs and mainly eat healthy carbs. Like I'm talking about carbs that are easy to digest. One of those big ones is like rice, oats, and many others. I have this in the next slide. I'll kind of show, it's just a picture of meat, rice, and kind of what bullet points I already went over. And here it is now. So food's important to help you grow, as well as recovery. I mean, recovery is one of the most important things. A lot of bodybuilders, when someone looks at someone like that, like huge, like the pictures I showed in the first slide, they think of bodybuilders as these mass giants, and they automatically think of steroids. Now, obviously, it's no secret that bodybuilders are on anabolic steroids. And what those do for bodybuilders is they pretty much help the recovery time speed up. And they also use the food you take in, and your body puts that food into it stores it into muscle, and kind of uses your food or utilizes your food better. Obviously, if you're not looking into that serious aspect, there's definitely other routes you can take, like a good for recovery, like I mentioned, is sleep. Getting 8 hours of sleep is recommended. Nutrition. The next one would be like a sauna, which helps blood circulation. It helps inflammation if you have inflammation in your muscles. The next is a cold plunge. Cold plunge pretty much does the same, reduces inflammation, and people use it for a mental aspect as well. But here's a slide of what that kind of looks like. Bodybuilding is important in the sense that, like I mentioned, the recovery aspect is huge. And another aspect that is also huge that I kind of wanted to wrap up with is the mental toughness. Now, when people say they're going to the gym, you hear about those people making a New Year's resolution at the beginning of the year. I'm start going to the gym, and they start going every day. And then it kind of fades away because they can't build that consistency. And consistency is one of the main things that will help you as you're trying to grow muscle, trying to lose weight.
So here in this picture, we have 5 pounds of muscle versus 5 pounds of fat. The muscle's on the bottom. As you can see, as you gain more muscle, the muscle is going to be more dense, meaning it's going to give you kind of like a thinner look. Which is a common misconception. People think they're going to look bulky while doing this.
So as you can see, that ratio of pound of fat to pound of muscle, kind of want to give a challenge. The challenge is just to stay consistent with the diet, continue working out. Obviously, it doesn't have to be like bodybuilding high up standards, but I want to end with a quote. I don't have this quote memorized, so I'm going to read this off. It says, "Don't get discouraged by the slow progress, just keep grinding." And that's Chris Bumstead. He's another famous bodybuilder. And that's my challenge to y'all.